Rock elementals are the bane of any survivor trying to start out in scorched earth. Spotting one ahead of time is crucial to not being pounded into sand and, more importantly, having your dinosaurs get obliterated. So how do you spot one? This video will show you how, so let's get to it. First, the basics. Rock elementals come in two forms, the disguised rock mode and the fully formed rock monster. Rock elementals lay dormant until you get somewhat close to them in their disguised mode, and the disguised mode is always the same, meaning that the model itself always looks the same. So familiarize yourself with this particular rock formation. To help with seeing this firsthand, rock elementals are really easy to spot in the grey mountains within Scorched Earth on the western side of the map. This will help you get a better look and feel for them from all angles and be more engaging for you than any video will show you. If you're in doubt, you can bring out your scope and zoom in on the rock, because the game will show rock elemental and its level when you scan over the top of it. So moving back and forth over the rock a few times, just double checking to make sure that you're confirming that it is actually a rock elemental. Sometimes they're really easy to spot because their texture is slightly different to the normal rocks, and the rock elementals stand out because it's slightly different from the scenery around it. Rock elementals have a smoother, somewhat dual-toned surface that can sometimes spawn in places that look unnatural for a rock to be, whereas rocks have a rough and multicolored look to them. It's always handy to keep in mind that normal rocks tend to spawn in clusters, so if you see a rock out on its own and you're not too sure, have a look with your scope just to be on the safe side. Sometimes, if you're a little laggy like I am, the rock elementals jiggle a little bit when you get too close to them, which is also something to keep an eye out for. It's worth familiarizing yourself with where they spawn. Generally speaking, they can spawn anywhere. However, they're very common to spawn across the western third of the map. They are found commonly throughout the middle and uncommonly along the eastern third. However, in saying that, my base is in the eastern third of the map, and I see 1 to 2 every couple of days. When you're out exploring or traveling back and forth around the map, it's best to have your dinosaurs on passive. That way, if you do encounter a rock elemental, they aren't going to pile on and cop a big fist to the face. It also helps to ensure that you've always got at least 1/3 stamina, so you can sprint away from a rock elemental if you do happen to wake one up. Check. Use the environment around you to help block any rocks that are thrown at you. And should you need to check behind you, use K and pan around while trying to get away instead of stopping and turning around. Another tip is to limit the amount of dinosaurs that you take out with you, and or reduce the size of the train by having a few dinosaurs follow each other so that you're not dragging this one line past the rock elemental as you're trying to run away. As always, I'll try to reply to any questions or comments below and try and keep the video updated with any annotations if and when necessary. If you've got a topic you want to suggest, send a tweet to @Shillianth and I'll see what I can do, include the game as well. If it's one I play, there's a good chance I'll do it. Like the video if you found it helpful, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more gaming tutorials, and I will see you next time.